live from Studio 46, this is Good Morning Union Canal.
Union Canal, a place where we show respect, show responsibility, show safety, and do our job. Please rise for the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag and now let's say Union Canal Creek. Today is a new day to reach my potential. You may be seated. Good morning. Today is Monday, May 15th, 2023. It is day 4 on the special schedule. The announcements this morning are given by Avery Cherasini and Liam Reedy. Today's lunch is chicken tenders, cornbread, ranch-style green beans, fresh fruit, vegetable bar, and milk. On the salad bar is a muffin meal. There are no birthdays today. We would like to welcome all our guest teachers who are with us today. Today's top stories are, attention all students, it's the third week of May, and you know what that means? I sure do. It means that everybody officially stopped caring about everything that goes on here at school about 2 weeks ago. No, you silly goose. I mean, it's time for the return of JMUC MAY MAY-DNESS. Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say. So now let's head down to the JMUC MAY MAY-DNESS War Room to our own Mr. Bridenstine to find out the round 1 winners of JMUC MAY MAY-DNESS.
Oh, hey guys, hey, Mr. B here in the GMUC May MAY-DNESS War Room, and guys, round 1 is done. Round 1 is in the past. May MAY-DNESS trudges forward, but with only 16 competitors moving on, we've got to reveal who it's going to be. Who got enough votes? Who is moving on to round number 2? Who's moving on? Okay, guys, it's time to reveal what has been built up for a whole week. It feels like even longer than that because time is a meaningless human construct. Here we go. GMUC May MAY-DNESS Orange Group first matchup. Harold Harrelson versus Johnny Relish. Who is moving on to round 2? Well, get your AARP cards because Harold Harrelson's moving on to round 2. Harold Harrelson taking care of Johnny Relish. Harold Harrelson getting 175 votes. Guys, I gotta tell you, we've had 250 of you voting this time for May MAY-DNESS. That's not all of you. How come some of you didn't vote? Why don't you vote? Make your voices heard. Please, get educated and vote. Okay, but anyway, Harold Harrelson, you're moving on to round 2. Congratulations, Mr. Harrelson. Okay. Very competitive matchup. So competitive, I almost dropped my computer. Judge Honor versus Timmy Cleaver, the friendliest kid in town. That's him. Who's moving on? Who is moving on to round 2? Well, with 129 votes, it's him, Timmy Cleaver, moving on. Guys, this was the closest matchup of the week. Only 10 votes separated Timmy Cleaver and Judge Honor. It was so close. Every vote matters. Every vote counts. You got to vote. You got to vote. You got to. You have no choice. Actually, you do have a choice, but make the right choice, okay? Timmy Cleaver, you're moving on to round 2. Congratulations. All right, next matchup. Another hugely competitive matchup, and it was bound to be close. It was bound to be competitive because it was our 2 chefs, a Chef Johnny, it's a him, a Chef Johnny, and also a Big Daddy going up against each other. A legacy character in Big Daddy. Big Daddy has experience in May MAY-DNESS, but was it enough to overcome the delicious pizza of Chef Johnny? Well, the winner. Moving on to round 2. Pizza Big Daddy! Big Daddy getting enough votes to move on. Big Daddy with 132 votes. Chef Johnny over 100 votes himself. This was a very competitive matchup. But Big Daddy's Pizza, you gotta admit it, Chef Johnny, he's selling Big Daddy's Pizza. So really it's a win for both of them. Either way, it's not Chef Tony, okay? So Chef Johnny should still be proud. Should still be proud. You're selling the pizza, okay? That's all I'm saying. All right. Speaking of food, I'm getting full already. It is Fry Girl, Fry Girl, Fry Girl. Talking about Fry Girl. Fry Girl. Okay. She's going up against, speaking of singing, singer of Richie, TJ, and the Leinsters, our head singer, and also the judge for the Masked UC Inger. Our highest rated string of episodes ever in the history of Good Morning Cal, Adina Lentz. Who's going to win? Another hugely close matchup. But the winner, moving on to round 2. Fry Girl, Fry Girl, Fry Girl. She got 146 votes. Fry Girl, and Alfredo. You can just see his little mustache there, just a little bit. Moving on to round number 2. Taking those French fries along with him. Okay. Guys, the matchups just keep coming. And this one is probably our most polite matchup because it's Elvis Keogh, thank you very much, versus Caden McMinn, Leprechaun Hunter. Could he find the leprechaun this time, or was Elvis's politeness enough to put him over? Well, the winner with 154 votes, Elvis Keogh's moving on. And guys, we actually had a message. We had a press release from Elvis Keogh's campaign manager. And let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. He said, let's see if I'm reading this right. Yes. Elvis said, thank you very much. That's what he said. So thank you, all of you who voted for Elvis. Thank you. That's what he'd like to let you know. Thank you very much. Okay. Moving on around to Elvis. Guys, turf warfare. This was a huge one. This was 2 groups coming together to battle. This was like NWO White versus NWO Wolfpack Red from WC. I'm old. Ice Fairies versus Benjamin and the Ice Bullies. There are a lot of Ice Fairies. There are a fair number of Ice Bullies. And Benjamin looks pretty tough there. I wouldn't mess with him. But the votes came in. And the winner, 148 votes. Ice Fairies, ding! Frozen in time. Moving on to round number 2. The Ice Fairies moving on. The numbers game played in their advantage. I'm thinking they're moving on. I don't think there was any funny business with the Ice Princess, okay? She got bing, but you can't go bing and get magically more votes. That's not how voting works. You don't just magically get votes from nowhere, okay? That's not how voting works, okay? Okay. Guys, we have 2 more matchups in the orange group. It was good news. Clap, clap. I can't clap. My hands are preoccupied here. Imagine clapping versus Zeep, Zoop, and Debbie. Not 3 people. Not Zeep, Zoop, and Debbie. Zeep, Zoop, and Debbie. And there they are. Guys, another huge matchup. Another very competitive matchup. But the winner was out of this world because it was Zeep, Zoop, and Debbie. Look at them, guys. The World Invasion Tour is actually going to happen now. You brought this upon yourselves. 176 votes for Zeep, Zoop, and Debbie. Guys, when you get abducted, don't say we didn't warn you. Don't say it. You brought this upon yourselves. Congratulations, Zeep, Zoop, and Debbie. Final orange group round 1 matchup. We've got Carlos Johnson, lounge singer, versus Sloppy Joe. I haven't had too many Sloppy Joes in the menu this year, but he's still sloppy, all right. Well, the winner of this round 1 matchup with a staggering 186 votes. Lola Ray. It is Carlos Johnson. Guys, Carlos Johnson will be appearing tonight. Celebration Banquet, Elks Club. Be there, okay? He's going to be there singing all night long to celebrate his victory here in round 1, moving on to round 2. Guys, that takes care of our orange group matchups, but that's only half of them. There's a lot to announce here. We got the blue group matchups too. Guys, blue group matchups, some huge victories in this round. First of all, we got Tyler David Gundrum Jr., the 3rd billionaire, 2.6 billion after taxes. It's a lot of money, guys. But could he buy his way to your vote? That's how most people do. But this is no laughing matter. It's Jokes with Joe and Jaden hosts Joe and Jaden, although that's Joe and that's Jaden. But the winner of this matchup. Cha-ching! Tyler David Gunter Jr., the third, moving on to round 2. Guys, 213 votes. 213. That's 211 votes after taxes. Okay, that's a lot of votes. He's... come on. Give him the money. Show me the money. No, okay. Another huge matchup. Gwen Schlegel, yogurt cone conspiracy theorist. She's on to you, yogurt cones. And you too, Dr. McGinty, if that is your real name. Versus the Michelorian and Groot Goo. Finally came up with a good name for him. And guys, this was maybe our most competitive matchup in... What group is this? Is this the blue group or is this the orange group? Whatever group this is probably the most competitive matchup. But the winner, moving on to round 2. Michelorian and Groot Goo moving on to round 2, guys. They had 163 votes. It was close, but they were able to bring in those yogurt cones cold, and now they're moving on to round number 2. Okay, next matchup, we got Jadiel Ortega, the Chicken Ranch rapper. You hungry? I see you. Okay, so why don't you just go grab a tortilla? Okay, that should be, yeah. Anyway, versus legacy character, Breakfast with Braden star Braden Arts. Who's moving on to round 2? Which food will win? Breakfast, most important meal of the day, or the Chicken Ranch rap? Haven't had it all year, but pretty catchy song. The winner. Oh, we see you, Jadiel. Yeah. Cha-cha-cha-chia. You're moving on, okay? Jadiel, moving on to round 2. Jadiel getting 168 votes more. Braden. Speaking of Braden, his brother's in the next round, up against Juggles the Clown with the, it's a whistle, okay? It's a whistle. He's holding a whistle, okay? Don't be scared. Versus Griffin Arntz. Not a legacy character quite yet, but he is a legacy himself. He's got a legacy to follow. Griffin versus Juggles. Who's moving on to round 2? Well, with 153 votes, the winner. Griffin Arntz is moving on to round 2. 153 votes, moving him into round number 2. And you know what? It's the most important meal of the day, I guess. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Speaking of meals, speaking of breakfast, well, he eats script for breakfast because that's what he does, PTT Rex. And Brylan and Brindle are serving up breakfast every day. Well, I mean, if they eat breakfast every day. But only one of them can move on to lunch, otherwise known as round number 2. And the winner, with 216 votes. It's the most votes of anybody. Life found a way. The PTT Rex is moving on to round number 2. PTT Rex, did you vote out of fear? Did you vote out of love? This is why most people vote for anything, and it's why the PTT Rex is moving on. 65 million years in the making. It could happen now. It could happen now. This could be the year. Those other 64,999,999 years. Forget them. This is the one. Okay. Another gang warfare matchup. We got Cast of Too Many Lilies. There they are. And the Norwegian Young Boys Handbell Choir. Who's moving on to round number 2? Well, with 149 votes. Don't pack your bags for Norway just yet, boys, because the Norwegian Young Boys Handbell Choir is moving on to round number 2. They're moving on. Ding, 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 ding. Guys, they probably have a song ready, but they're not going to play it now because they're not even here, okay? So don't get your hopes up. All right, 2 more matchups. Speechless. I am speechless at this matchup. Cowgirl Jen and Old Bessie versus Grandma Betty and Whiskers. It is man, or in this case, girl, and animal. In this case, also, you know, just it's a lot of girls. Man versus animal. But man and animal versus man. And in any event, we had a winner. And the winner with 171 votes. Oh, never mind that. It's Grandma Betty and Whiskers getting that catnip. Moving on to round number 2. We got one more. He is the Winter Joke Olympic gold medalist from last year. Riley Perini versus that roller skating jive turkey, Lila Spade. Who's going to be roller skating into round 2? Is it going to be the one who actually can roller skate? Or is it going to be Riley? He's going to make a little bit out of it because that's apparently his thing. He's likes to joke around. Well, the winner Moving on to round 2. These are tough matchups. With 140 votes, it's Riley Perini. That's no joke, guys. He's moving on. Just barely. Close matchup, but he's moving on to round number 2. Okay, guys. Round 1, all our competitors, great job. If you didn't make it, I'm so sorry, but that's just the way life goes, okay? But now you've got to recalculate your brain. The matchups are all mixed up now. We got people moving on to round 2, and we've got to eliminate some more. Let's find out who's going up against each other. First matchup for round 2 in the blue group, I think. I think it's blue. Let's go with blue. Blue group, round 1, round 2, matchup number 1. Harold Harrelson versus the friendliest kid in town, Timmy Cleaver. Guys, old versus young. It's age. Who will come out on top? The old or the young? The restless or the listless? I don't know. I don't have a script, okay? So who's going to win? You're going to pick, okay? Harold Harrelson versus Timmy Cleaver. Guys, these matchups are just going to get crazier and crazier because next one, I hope your belly's ready for some carbohydrates because we got Big and Daddy versus Fry Girl. Guys, this is almost like the GMUC 1.5 episode dinner selection, pizza and fries. You can't have them both, okay? You can't take it with you. You got to pick one. Pizza or fries, Big Daddy or Fry Girl. With Alfredo. Don't forget Alfredo. Oh, my gosh. How are you going to pick these? Elvis Keogh versus the Ice Fairies. You know what, guys? I actually had a sit-down interview with Elvis earlier. I asked him about the Ice Fairies. You know what he told me about the Ice Fairies? You know what he said? That's right. He said, thank you very much. And he's a polite kid. But these Ice Fairies are relentless. They are multiplying in numbers. A lot of you bought the shirt, okay? So who's going to win? Elvis, it's a one-man stand against the Ice Fairies. It's up to you to pick the winner. Good luck, okay? Good luck. Finally, our last, I should say, blue group round 2 matchup. It's We Are Aliens. They are still aliens. Zeep, Zoop, and Debbie versus Carlos Johnson. Guys, Zeep, Zoop, and Debbie are trying to learn all they can about humanity. Will Carlos Johnson be able to teach them that humans cannot be stopped? Also, they sing sometimes at lounge clubs. Or is it too much? Will he get distracted? Will Carlos Johnson find himself in the cage, abducted? Bye-bye, part of the World Abduction Tour, okay? Now we got even more matchups. The orange group. Okay. How are we going to do this? Is this the orange group or the blue group? I have no idea. Tyler David Guntram Jr. III versus the Michael Lorian and Groot Goo. Guys, Michael Lorian and Groot Goo are one of the highest rated episodes, the Michael Lorian of our show of all time. But high ratings, this guy knows about it because he's got a high credit score because of all the money he has, okay? So who are you going to pick? You got to pick. More food warfare. Jadiel Ortega, yo, you hungry, I see. He just beat Braden Arts. Can he take down 2 Artses in a row? Or can Griffin be the Arts to push through to the quarterfinals? Griffin Arts serving up breakfast to Jadiel? Or will Jadiel have a chicken ranch wrap made specifically for Griffin? That's up to you to determine. Uh-oh. Guys, life found a way. The PTT Rex is moving on, and now the PTT Rex is crossing borders, going over to Norway to go against those Norwegian Young Boys Handbell Choir. Guys, the PTT Rex had the most votes of anybody in round 1. Can the PTT Rex replicate that, or will the Norwegian Young Boys Handbell Choir distract the PTT Rex long enough with their handbells that the PTT Rex, I don't know, they go extinct again? That seems a little dark, a little graphic, or maybe we won't say that, but I already did. You got to pick one. Okay, final matchup. Grandma Betty and Whiskers versus Riley Perini. Guys, Grandma Betty, it's no laughing matter. She escapes from the nursing home. It's not funny. He is funny. He won a whole contest. Can he move on? Can he get even further in this contest? Can Riley Perini be a Winter Joke Olympic champion and a May May-DNESS champion? I don't know. You do know because you are the ones going to tell us. Guys, these are the round 2 matchups, and you got to pick them by this Thursday. This Thursday is when voting closes. Voting is done on Thursday, so get your votes in. You can vote today, you can vote tomorrow, you can vote Wednesday. If you want to be really late with it, Thursday's fine too. It's still open, but you got to be done by Thursday. Now, your brackets. Guys, I've been poring over these brackets, and your teachers have been too, and I got to tell you, out of all the brackets, there is one bracket where only one of you had them all right, except for one. They had 15 out of 16. Everyone else, it was all over the place. But there is one of you out there, I'm not at liberty to say their name quite yet, but there's one of you who has 15 correct choices so far. I am astounded at how well you have your finger on the pulse of this school. Whoever you are, I'll give you a clue. It's a kid, okay? Guys, if your bracket isn't done, it's too late now because round one's done. But if your bracket is in and you have the most correct choices, well, I think you're gonna be getting a little prize at the end of the year, okay? Teachers, keep track of those if you have them. If you don't, then just go with it, okay? Guys, May May-DNESS round 2. Who's moving on to round 3, otherwise known as the quarterfinals? Well, we'll find out next Monday, live, here on Good Morning Union Canal. But until then, we'll get back to work here, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Mr. B, and good luck to all of our competitors who are moving on. May the odds be forever in your favor. And now let's head over to Mrs. Marsh with the weather. Mrs. Marsh?
Good morning, Union Canal. It's the end of the year. It's May. We're going to have beautiful weather. I will almost guarantee it. Make it a great one.
Thanks, Mrs. Marsh. For Avery Characini and all of us here at Good Morning Union Canal, I'm Liam Reedy, reminding you to stop and think again. Have a great day. I was playing Animal Crossing last night. I'm playing I'm playing The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Wow. It's just like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but even better. Never heard of it. Well, it comes out today. Then how are you playing it? If you don't, I'm confused. If it comes out today, then we're in school. How'd you get it? Did you sneak out? I'm telling. Telling on you. You snuck out of school. You're playing a Nintendo Switch in school. I'm telling. How'd you get a Nintendo Switch into school anyways, too? There are many secrets to be revealed. I remember in 4th grade during the PSAs, I brought a Nintendo Switch to school. It was interesting.